What's going on, guys? Ironcane here, back on Dribble the Breakers Season 5 video. And similar to the previous video that we did, probably wondering why this picture is here. I just thought it was kind of funny. Basically, we're going to be looking at all the comments that you guys said revolving around Raiders, balancing them, fixing them essentially, and making them just a better experience to play all around in Dribble the Breakers. So without further ado, let's take a look at what some of y'all were saying. So for the first comment here, we have by AR. Here are some ideas. This is a survivor nerf, okay, already not getting the assignment. But it would help Raiders, okay. Create a cost system for survivor builds so that all high cost skills cannot be run in one build, for example. Okay, so this is basically what I was saying in the survivor video. Essentially where I was just saying, like, kind of make it like Call of Duty, like Black Ops loadouts, or just like Call of Duty loadouts where like certain skills are worth certain points. And say, you know, you can't run a Jocko ship and like instant transmission together just because they're too costly, right? So you have to like change up your build or something. That's basically what this guy seems like they're saying. He also says, increase the damage reduction survivors have when a dragon change or increase base damage dealt by raiders. Add raider exclusive skills which allow players to maximize certain raider skills such as strength or speed. All raiders should heal when transforming. It makes no sense that they stay the same health as they transform. I actually don't even hate that. Found the raider main. Interesting. So it seems like we got some bickering in the comments here. I'll leave that to their fighting. Alright. Raiders immediately get their break strike evasive back after being hit with 3 stuns. Raiders also gain immunity to stuns after being hit by 3 back-to-back. It's interesting. It just seems a little too, I don't know, a little too loose. Like, I feel like they would like do something like a bar or something. They're not just gonna be like, okay, got hit by 3 break strikes, now you just like get immunity, right? I just don't feel like that's something they're going to do. All right, a new mechanic where the raider adapts to stuns. Okay, so just basically hit stun decay, which I think people mentioned in the Survivor video a little bit. Give Boo/Frieza break strikes the same pushback effect that Goku Black has for his. I mean, I think I could just do you one even better. Just give that to all Raiders, essentially, or all Raiders that have that version of a break strike. Stellar Solar Flare should be able to blind energy fields focus survivors too. I feel like that'd be cool. The perk system I want is not a feature of switching passive skills, but rather something different. For example, perk, I won't let you get away from... What? Oh, I think he's talking about, like, this being a Raider perk. Oh, so you basically get alerted if somebody, like, gets a key or if they have all the Dragon Balls. Kind of similar to, like, Dead by Daylight skills. I was just kind of confused on what they mentioned there. So, balance changes. The real key is fixing survivors, but these are some basic quality of life things that could help a bit. These are changes proposed under the assumption that no other major universal changes have been implemented, survivor nerfs, or a Raider. Oh my god. Alright, bro went crazy. Jesus, okay. So let's just kind of skim this. Let's try and spawn as the one of the planet ones on the field. All of them must be killed before forced to switch. That is crazy. I don't think I agree with that. Fixes pass all of a sudden called to be used as a break. I think that's a little much. Second break strike. Okay. I'll read a couple of these. I don't know if I'm going to do all of these just because I don't want to, like, stay on one comment too long. But I'll see what he says for Boo. Allow summon Yamo to be used as a break strike. I don't really think, like, nobody's really jumping Spopovich like that anymore. Or, like, we're not really seeing Spopoviches die like that anymore. So I don't really think that's that much of an issue. Every explosion should get invincibility at the end, similar to the recent buff to Gigantic Meteor if it doesn't already. Yeah, I guess. I mean, the move is just bad, so I mean, it would just make it less of a risk to use, but it still leaves you wide open regardless. Ill Bombers should have a faster startup. Be cancelable. I guess that's the one that makes you go invisible. Should not be able to key sense on the stomach at the very least. He actually wants the summon to be nerfed. I don't really think the stomach should be touched because it's difficult to get. I feel like, you know, players should be rewarded for that. Revert his assault rate to his original form. It's worse than Broly's now. Honestly, needs a bit of a rework since Super Boo so much better than he is. Yeah, so basically what they did with assault rate, if you guys don't know, is that essentially you can just outrun it like Broly's, which is really bad. I don't know why they ended up doing that. But let's move along here. I don't want to spend... I appreciate your comment, by the way. It's just that, you know, I want to give time to everybody's comments. A buff I would give to the Raiders would be reducing the amount of time taken in a short period of time from survivors like in many other areas. Also, give the Raiders some sort of way to reduce wind up for keys. Yeah, I feel like that'd be really cool. Just some sort of degradation system where like the Raider can walk up to a key, hit it, or do something to it, mess with it. That way, the Raider can actually impact like the flow of the game. Because currently, the only way Raiders are going to impact the flow of the game is by like camping a key. That's unfortunately... I know players hate camping. The only way Raiders can, like, realistically kind of, like, make a game go to a hold is by camping or, like, protecting an area. Like, that's really it. Or just gotta, like, pester survivors and kind of just, like, whittle people down and whatnot. But camping is, like, the most for sure, like, you know, way. Finally, that I'll be able to do the Raider side is going to be giving the OG beginner Raiders some sort of new passive / actives or reworks. So they can keep up with the survivors like a new dash or maybe something more unique. Small note I want to say is that I hope that if Baby is the next Raider, which he's looking to be, he'll be able to possess survivors and have them act like Zamasu or Goldo with a capping at 5 to make the Raider feel more threatening than just having some defenseless Baby getting his ass curve stomped. I don't think they'll be doing all of that. I think they probably will have some sort of possession system in some way, shape, or form. I hope they do. But I'm just very curious to see how they will go about it, whether you're taking over players or civilians or what. Faster cooldown of skills when surrounded by multiple survivors. I think that's kind of cool. Kind of similar to how, like, Broly, when he takes damage, if you don't know, his skills all reduce in cooldown. So, like, having some sort of, like, panic mode for Raiders when they're being jumped, having their cooldowns be reduced by, like, the amount of survivors, I think is interesting. And for the Raider to only be able to be stunned by 2 times in a minute, since a single stun takes away a lot of health from the Raider. I think they might just introduce another gauge, or maybe they'll just add it onto the stun gauge, where a Raider just can't be stunned like within a gauge or something. Is probably what they're going to do. How the hell do you have all these hard-ass images? So about this one? I'll never tell. Okay. Give me the chaos. Okay, that's not even relevant. Do you actually talk about Raiders here? No, we didn't. Spires are only allowed 1 stun. Raider cooldown countdown faster than they melee with Broly's Counter Strike. This is irrelevant to the problem. There's a small feature I'd like to see out of the game from the main combat and such, for example, night-day system. That'd be cool. I'd be down for that, honestly. Let's keep it pushing. Couple things I would like to see implemented. Every Raider have some sort of way to heal. I think that would be cool. Adding the ability to improve base stats of a Raider with skill points. That would, like, I think what he's trying to say is like maybe speed, damage, dexterity, or health. I think that would be cool. Maybe like a lock-on range. I think that would be kind of interesting. Chain cells, level 3 Ki Blast to give him a better super that fits better than Volley. I don't think they're going to change his Ki Blast, but I do think, you know, supers maybe could use some tweaking, but they have tweaked in the past. Rank match losses should not be as penalizing as they currently are in Season 5. I absolutely agree with that. Made a whole post about it in 2 different forms. The DDLR would be to introduce mechanics that specifically make it harder for pre-mates, but not for solo queue. Honestly, I think they should either go with Garesh's comment that he said when we played together a while back. He was saying there shouldn't even be ranked with pre-mates. Or if there is going to be ranked with pre-mates, there should be a different form of rank specifically with groups. I think that makes a lot more sense. Or they should just make it that you lose less points if people are playing together, and you should gain less if you're playing together, in my opinion. That way, it's not like, you know, it kind of disincentivizes a little bit, but you also, like, gain. But it's like, you know, people still get to play, but, like, I feel like it should be more rewarding. Like, say if you win with a bunch of A ranks, like, I don't know, kind of like that type of system, but I don't know. Something like that. Cell Solar Flare can blind energy field survivors, freeze a brief movement speed after Zarbon or the Doria spots someone. Interesting. Goku Black, style knockback for break strikes for Boo. Broly level 3 super can hit survivors in a close. That is stupid. I don't agree with that. Goku Black transforming to level 3 heals 50% health. I think Goku Black healing a level 3 does make sense. I've noticed that Raiders are made in response to survivor metas, and the older ones aren't adjusted them like at all. I think they're talking about Cell, Boo, and Frieza not really like being able to keep up, even Ginyu. The changes I propose basically turns every Raider's baseline kit similar to Goku Black, which I think should be fine. Oh my god. Okay. So we kind of skim this. Goku Black Break Strike. Cell do active, focuses on movement. Wall Raiders already do this. Blah, blah, blah. Two health bars. I don't know about that. Okay. Okay. Power in this game. Yeah, I agree. I mean, basically, he's just saying they need to buff the old Raiders, which I absolutely agree with. A lot of people already said this, but Raiders need more options to have more variety and ways to deal with certain playstyles. Additionally, I think general health buff for Raiders would also help. I don't disagree with that. I think with the crazy, massive damage output that survivors can now do, I think it absolutely makes a lot of sense that Raiders should get some sort of health buff, considering everything that is in the game damage-wise for survivors and like stuns and all that, all the disruptive skills that survivors have. Talking about buffing survivors, what? Bro, did you not see the video, the post about survivors? Come on, champ. Make every Raider have the Goku Black long-range knockback break strike, except Cell, because he doesn't need it, at least from what I think. I don't know if he necessarily doesn't need it, but it's just like they would have to entirely change his break strike for that, so I don't see them doing that. Raiders deal 50% to 30% more damage. I don't know about that. Maybe, I don't know. And lower the HP of a Raider. Oh, I see. More damage based on the health of a Raider. Okay, that makes a little more sense. So basically, if you're low health, you deal more damage. Don't hate that necessarily, but I feel like that should be a skill, maybe not just base kit. Reduce the time of how long Raiders can be stunned, so like they will be stunned for 1.5 to half seconds. And give them like 20% damage reduction, but when they are attacked by more than 3 survivors, except for Cell, because he's already tanky, different. Okay. Alright, he just took a little bit of a water break. Don't allow survivors to see what the Raider is being chosen. I think that's a little excessive, personally. Give all Raiders a universal stun resistance build buff. When more times the Raider gets stunned, the shorter the stun duration will last to a point where they are immune to getting stunned. I think Raiders being immune to getting stunned permanently is a little excessive. I think maybe for a lot of time, okay, but permanently I think is a little bit excessive. The Raiders should be able to use certain items, like such to be able to use sensitive beans to gain a bar or two back. The Frieza using scatter with it breaking afterwards. That could be interesting, but I doubt they would do something like that. Not a suggestion, but I would be surprised if they don't introduce Raider gacha summon of some sort. Maybe pulling for skills that generically buff Raiders like temper. I think that would create a really toxic environment for this game. Because imagine some Raiders having more HP than others, or like your Raider is weaker than another person's Raider because you got shafted. I don't really like that. Honestly, I would be totally cool with them just keeping Raiders outside of the gacha, personally. But if they do it right, I wouldn't hate it. But, you know. A single health buff would be already a miracle. One buff I need to see is Spolovich. Again, I really don't think Spolovich needs to be touched that much. Or something, I play in one match, and as far as just keep running, I don't get to play with Boo. Okay. I mean, I don't know. I feel like Spolovich is kind of fine where he is, for me personally. Alrighty, back to it. A lot of people have suggested a point system for survivors, which would definitely help buff Raiders, but some buffs I think Raiders need is customizable skills. I agree. A stun immunity window, agree. Ability to change key blasts. To a certain extent, I agree. And just a damage and health buff all around. Small changes like health and damage fix quite a bit. Some Raiders and changing key blasts fix a lot. on others such as semi-perfect cells, Kamehameha being trash. It depends, because it's a cool sniping skill, but with lock-on, yes, it's very easy to dodge. Point system and stun immunity window would definitely help Raiders a lot too. If I'm being honest though, this is Breakers. This is Breakers, and the HP damage buff and stun immunity window is all I realistically expect. Yeah, I think me as well. But besides the obvious of giving them passive abilities, let's have a zoom feature on the right thumbstick. Or I actually don't hate that. They have a snipe super, let them hold down the button so they can aim better if they want to fire immediately. I don't hate that. I don't hate that. Buffs lower the cooldowns on all their skills. I think that's a case-by-case basis. Make some of them more tanky. Goku Black and Broly. Broly already got a health buff. I don't you want to make him like Cell? And Goku Black, I think they just need to make him heal. I don't think you need to make him tankier, in my opinion. Give skills like Break, Strike, multiple uses before they go down on. I don't necessarily agree with that one. Nerfs make key sense not able to sense a survivor that is in a different area from the Raider. Oh, this is nerfs for Raiders. Give Goku Black level 2 auto evolve. Reduce the amount of health Broly. I think that is, you are killing Broly with something like that, personally, in my opinion. I rarely ever chime in on topics like this one, but sure, I'll indulge. Minus the fact that changing the Survivor D change melee to one punch they use on a larva. Interesting. So I think they're saying that so Raiders aren't held in place for as long, meaning less combo potential. I think that would just be kind of boring. Although I don't, like, in terms of a balance-related thing, I think that makes sense, but I think that would kind of make combat a little less interesting. If, like, just one hit, you always get knocked back universally, right? In my opinion. But I guess that would just really make the stonks of melee supers go up. Say, single Dragon Ball and getting hit on 3. Give them a reason to actually care about gathering them. Oh, I see. Raiders only drop a single Dragon Ball. I don't know, man. Because, like, imagine they have all 7. What, are you going to knock them back 7 times? It's a little unrealistic. Make Summon actually difficult and rewarding to obtain. I mean, it is. I mean, I would say it is. To a certain extent. I mean, I'd say it's more difficult than the Super Transpheres in comparison. Okay. Make it so you can lock skills with warrior spirits. Yes, 100%. Something like a rage meter for Raiders. Taking too much damage at once or constantly stunned raises the meter. Once full, the Raider becomes enraged, increasing his speed and damage as well as providing damage / knockback immunity for a short time. I like that a lot. I actually like that a lot. But I feel like survivors could easily play around this with just like dealing damage and then just fucking off. And then dealing damage and then just fucking off. You know what I mean? Raider rage meter slowly drains over time while not taking damage or being stunned. But I do like the sound of that. That is cool. Maybe they make that like a skill instead or something. Give Raiders a 1 to 2 second stun and damage immunity after using a break strike so they can't instantly be stunned. I like that a lot. I like that as well. A couple unrelated ideas, but rework Raider rank so it's not as punishing. Yes, 100%. 100%. I don't know if it's a nerf or not, but I would like an icon to show where Zamasu and Godo are patrolling if a player sees them. I think marking Zamasu and Godo for the other players would be cool. Just like you could mark, or like the Raider gets marked when another survivor is close to them. I think that's a good idea. Yeah, no, I've been there too, where the guys just stalk me and I get cucked. So yeah, I like that idea. For buffs, maybe you could use your Raider point thing for extra health or something. I think that'd be very interesting. Give Raiders a little bit more to grind for. I do think they need to buff Raiders by making them able to fly faster in general than just as a survivor. So when they are being jumped, they have a better chance at surviving, especially when the speed passes. I mean, I get it, but I don't think... I think the fact that Raiders are running away is bad. Raiders should not be running away. Raiders should not be running away. That is a very weird place. I think in an asymmetrical game like this, putting raiders or thinking raiders need to be in a place where they need to run away is odd. For chasing survivors, I'm on board to a certain extent, but for running away, I would just give them skills. Making them faster to run away, like, unless it's, like, raider specific, I don't know. I don't know about that. Not that I hate the idea, I just feel like raiders should be bosses. They shouldn't just feel like level 4s, like, with some extra perks, you know what I mean? Like, but on the opposing team. I think giving the older raiders an AoE effect on their attacks, yes. Same like Goku Black, yeah, I think that'd be cool. They should consider expanding their mindset when it comes to changes. Okay. I think sometimes numbers aren't just what it's needed. I think a good example of this would be Cell. Nobody shows his age as being different, but first developed raider as his kit is so much more basic. I agree. Cell, I think, in terms of kit, is very boring. Despite him being a character that does a lot of stuff in the anime, if we aim greedy, maybe them reusing the vast array of Xenoverse 2. I would love to see Cell Juniors. I would love to see some sort of revival mechanic on Cell. That's what I would like to see. I would like to see his Kamehameha revamped entirely at level 4. But yeah, I think that's what that person's kind of saying as well. The main way I would buff raiders is to pump up the percentage on all their active skill cooldowns, so when they are at plus 20, as it stands right now, it isn't at all viable to skill up most active skills in the game, because plus 20, they take like 2 to 5%. I agree, yeah, there's definitely some skills where it's not even worth it. That's why it's, you know, it's kind of, you got to experiment to see what skills are decreasing the most, and which ones aren't, right? Because otherwise it just straight up is not worth it. I just say make a new system for raiders to switch out skills like survivors. If those are really that money hungry, they could do a gacha. So that seems to be a common thing. Oh, I think I did finish this, guys. War slide. Yeah, so he's talking about the cooldowns there. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Okay. So get energy back from getting civilians and survivors. I think that makes a lot of sense for Cell. Level 4. Cell, Super Attack gains wider range, and Temporary disables the ETM beacons if it hit. I think that is actually very cool. I think that should be all for all raiders with the AoEs. I think that'd be... Actually, I think that they should just make it so the STM doesn't even progress. Like, imagine? That'd be kind of interesting. Because you're level 4, like, I don't know. Scatter level 1 can pick up strong foes from different directions. Added bonus will show Dragon Chain's level. That's kind of cool. That ball is not the size of any one area, but doesn't destroy it. Oh, I see what he's saying. So it's essentially area destruction, but it doesn't destroy the area. Very interesting. Not sure if they will do that, but I'm down for like increasing. I mean, it would be cool if it was like, I don't know. It would be cool if they like, imagine they did something like with Golden Frieza, where he like walks up to an area and like does like, you know how he like destroyed the entire Earth? He like does that, and like the survivors don't know until like the last second, and then that area just like instantly gets destroyed or something. That'd be kind of cool. Will increase angry shout size. The Goku Black's break strike, that seems to be a very popular one. Vegeta scatter buff from Frieza applies to them. Increase speed for border assist. But yeah, thank you for your comment, bro. Raiders slowly adapt to stuns. After 5 stuns hit by the raider, they will completely immune to stuns. This seems to be a very popular one, just stun decay or just being immune to stuns. I don't think they'll ever make raiders immune to stuns, at least indefinitely. Maybe for like a couple seconds. By being just flat out immune to them, I feel like is something that they're a little reluctant to do. But we'll see if they ever pull the trigger on it. They need to rework upgrading raiders to make it so when you upgrade abilities or passive, it does more damage than just, or it does more than just tiny stat changes. And maybe make it so you can upgrade HP, fight speed, melee damage, or key blast range so you can make raiders fit your playstyle. Yeah, no, I think that's really cool. I think that's something somebody mentioned a bit earlier, that you could like upgrade range, damage, speed, health, all that. I think it would be great. I think that'd be really cool and interesting. Give all raiders a break strike that can impact energy field. Don't even hate that, to be honest. But again, I don't really think energy field is the biggest issue right now. So like focusing on energy field kind of here or there. I think Jocko ship is the main issue in the game and the Marvel Champion. Give them a customizable loadout like Survivors. Totally agree. I think that'd be great. Raiders can destroy items on the ground or in boxes after they are open. don't hate it. Don't hate it. Always wonder how they can destroy buildings, but I can't. So it's too much for them to handle. It's interesting. Is that a good idea with the level 2 20 head start with Goku Black came out? Would it be a good idea to make it so you can buy Raider levels? That'd be pay to win. I mean, I think they would just be shooting themselves in the foot. Like, you would just buy a Raider to level 100, then you just don't play the Raider anymore, right? Or you just play it until you're bored. Like, leveling up the Raider is half the reason why you play Raider. Unless they make, like, the level separate from the skin. Maybe they have, like, a skin level, then, like, a skill point level. Give every Raider with a break strike, Goku Black makes sense. Have still heal from executions. That seems to be another popular one. I think that makes a lot of sense. Some sort of damage reduction system where being hit will deal less damage depending on how much damage you accumulated. Less than seconds. Say something like 50% damage reduction and 50% health is red. I don't know if they would do that. That'd have to be like maybe a skill on somebody. Make the break strike just have less cooldown. I don't know. I would rather them just like make break strikes better or just like change stuns than just seeing Raiders spam break strikes. I think that would just be very annoying because like that leaves Raiders less open for melees. And I feel like it's just like at that point, like why you're just gonna see more stuns then, because if like you can't melee the Raider if they just have a million break strikes, then you're just gonna see more stuns after they use it, right? Frieza needs defense, especially in his 4th form. Zoroark the Warrior can't really help if he gets jumped, that his abilities don't come in handy when in combat. I will say him having Zoroark the Warrior at level 4, kind of whatever. Maybe you could argue a little bit lazy because, like, realistically, when he's final form, he's not really using minions anymore. He's kind of just like cooking on his own. Give Raiders the advantage distance of unconscious control. Survivors and remove the end lag of vanish attacks. I don't understand why survivors can teleport away if a vanish attack misses while Raiders are sitting ducks. I guess that's fair. Also increase Frieza and Boo's level up rate. They already have. You want it even more? Yeah, I don't know. I think in terms of leveling up, I think they're both fine. Make Cell heal like Boo. That's a very popular one. I definitely agree with that. Also combo off of his after image. I mean, you can combo. Well, you have to use Solar Flare to be fair. Or when he does a combo with Solovich. Customizable moveset. I agree. I think that'd be a great idea. A being jump that buffs shorten skill times, increase damage, reduce damage for survivors, increase the amount of need to decrease knockback gauge, replace after image evasive with after image that leaves a false copy. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. All right, getting back into it. Sorry, I need a yap break. The Raider's stun should be broken after taking a certain level of damage while stunned. But that's literally the knockback gauge. Letting a mostly guaranteed super because someone landed a stun is fine. The entire team landing one super because one landed stun is not. Well, they technically already have that system in place if you think about it. I mean, everybody just coordinating a super to be landed at the same time. I think what you're actually asking for is maybe like damage stacking. Not stacking, but like removing damage stacking. Or just like if everyone in the lobby attacks on the same time, like there would be damage reduction in that case, or damage fatigue or something. I'll be down to stream some Sonic games. Also, I was to use pod in all 4 ends. Funny guy, Dende Toast is. Funny guy. Survivors just need a system to not stack all the most OP abilities in the game, so kind of like a point system, I think other people were saying. Raiders should also be given passives to combat stuns via points, take less damage from Ki Blast. Super reduce stun duration or immunity to stun abilities after X seconds after getting hit. Stacking stuns is just awful. It's not really all that Raiders are weak, but the OP rise into the ship or energy field into IT is what makes Survivors OP. Oh, and a world champion. Yeah, no, I agree. I definitely agree. I think Survivors have just kind of surpassed Raiders in like most like aspects now. I think that limiting how fast keys can be found would allow Raiders. So believe it or not, they've actually already done this. They reduced the amount of level 1 key radars are in the game, and it just doesn't feel like it matters anymore. Giving them more time to finish Survivors before the clock is turned on them, and at the moment, it's too easy to spread out and get all the keys within the first couple minutes. Perhaps having keys spawn one at a time to 3 minutes intervals would encourage longer and healthier games. I'm conflicted on that. Because I think just like having it so the game just can't progress for a period of time just kind of feels bad. Alright, back to it. Nerf Raider Ki Blast either by damage or a meter. Interesting. Okay. My comment last time was Gooby, but hear me out. I'm serious this time. Just like how survivors get new skills and super attacks, let raiders get new skills and super attacks as well. Also let raiders who have key sense send civilians. Made a list of some raiders. I just read the first sentence for a quick skim. Goku Black could have a new attack where he actually uses the Scythe game and utilizes the Rift. I think that would be great. Broly's skill could be a damage increase up to a certain cap as he gets damaged. I think that kind of fits his character, but I think Broly's pretty balanced. It's really just Super Transfers being really strong. I don't think it's Broly being weak. Maybe you could argue he's level 3, but that's really it. Boo could get a skill where he copies the survivor's super attacks. That would be very, very interesting, actually. Frieza could get a skill where he survives an attack that would have killed him and he's invincible for a set amount of time. It's kind of interesting. Maybe other skills where it's shared up on raiders and not exclusive to just one raider, something like reduced damage by 10%, etc. Okay. Let's somebody let okay. Ironcane is raider. All raiders a reduction in stun time and survivors try to lock you down. Again, just another thing on stuns. Put them non-stop. I said before, dying off of one stun. It's the dumbest thing in the game. Goku Black in particular gave him some health back when reaching level 3. Another very popular one. Seems like the most popular things we've seen so far is stuns, Cell healing on executions, and Goku Black healing at level 3. Or it seems like the most popular ones to me. And just more skills for raiders in general. As you do early, getting Rose feels more like a punish than upgrade. I agree, 100%. Yeah, no, Goku Black should work like Broly to a certain extent. Either nerf projectile hitboxes or make them look accurate on how they actually hit. God, the difference in size versus actual hitbox is actually stupid. Raiders do not need nerfs. They need buffs. Because I think the stars are OP, and I think buffs for raiders with Dragon Balls should have an increased chance to get Dragon Balls because I don't know, it sounds like I'm doing worse. Okay. I buff raiders, I feel like they can't get around the map fast enough. Increasing their speed. Interesting. Give all raiders the chance, or the choice, I apologize, or when they want to release the super, so it takes too long for super attack. Or oh, I see what they're saying. I see what they're saying, yeah. So, like, instead of having that super long charge up for Cell's Kamehameha level 4. Buff them by 5% damage reduction by each person playing in a pre-made is crazy. They would never do that, but that'd be interesting. Nerf Raiders even more. They're too OP. Someone in my level 100 Z5 clan went down 1. It's a good one. Have a vanishing cost 5 limit for super transfers. I don't think they'll do that. So many games have been lost by all raiders due to iframe spam on the STM while spamming Supposed can or double buster. Buff could be the server buff, as I cannot play when I DC and rank at the same time. Yeah, got a lot of responses on that one. Anything like the super attack calls, it probably won't stop them. Interesting. You guys would have like, these guys are having a back and forth there. Oh, is that it? Nuke the game. Raider nerf survivors, they have too many free escape options and the vanish mechanics, both offensive and evasive, are one-sided too much in their favor. Yeah. But the same game looking for lower accuracy, you comes through all, please. Y'all were going at it. So, I think I got to pretty much all the comments. I apologize if I kind of like skimmed over some of them just because they're a little bit longer. I just want to get to a lot of them here. But I do appreciate all the comments, and I didn't read them like on the video. I'll definitely like take a look at them off. But that is the video, guys. Again, I think the most popular ones were buffing, some adjustments to break strikes, but I think more so out of everything else, it was having customizable kits for raiders, reducing stuns in some way, shape, or form, adjusting Cell so he heals, and Goku Black so he heals, and giving every Raider essentially Goku Black's Break Strike. But with that being said, boys, that is going to be the video. This one was a little shorter than the Survivor one, just because I feel like there's a lot more to say with Survivors than Raiders, to be fair. But yeah, that's going to be the video. Leave a comment in this video how you would balance Raiders. For me personally, I think just having more customizable options for Raiders would be great, just because currently all we have is voice lines and the skins, and that's really it. And then we can just like slightly alter like cooldowns and whatnot, like Big Whoop, right? So yeah, let me know in the comments below what you guys would like to see for Raiders. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe to the Ironcane channel for more videos like these. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Take care, stay safe, have fun. Peace out, dude.